All right, let's get rolling. I want to be cautious of everyone's time with this. Some people may be coming in and they'll be let in, but thanks everyone for joining our second webinar this week. That pretty face, that is not Mark Milligan. I appreciate you, Pete, turning on that camera for us, our friend there, Mr. Soto. But great to see everybody. We appreciate you guys taking the time today to really spend some time with us here at Q, learn a little bit more about our new mixed reality product that we're super excited about. We did a launch of this at the IDEA conference a few weeks ago in St. Louis, got some very positive feedback. And while we were there as a team, the 11 of us were like, we need to bring this to more people. So that's what brought us here to our webinars, our second one this week that we're really excited to show off this software-based solution with mixed reality, something that's going to be, you're going to hear some keywords throughout this 20 or so minutes of me talking. It's going to be software-based. It's going to be the ease of use. It's going to be minimal hardware. That's really the key buzzwords with this, what makes this a very exciting platform for us that we're really happy to launch. So I'm Kyle Campbell, our experience guru here at Q. Know a good amount of you on the call. I appreciate y'all joining. Good to see some familiar faces. Joined the team about 2 years ago after spending 7 years with the Saints and the Pelicans down here in New Orleans. Also on here is Sean Hopkins, our VP of Innovation and Product. Sean's the mind and the craziness behind making this mixed reality come to life in reality. So we're really excited again to show this off. And there's been a lot of work put into this. Just real quick before we dive in, just know that there's a Q&A tab at the very top of your Microsoft Teams here. So if y'all want to put in any questions, we can address those at the end here. Also, we'll be able to unmute microphones at the end to allow anybody to kind of hop in and ask any questions and give some real-time responses with things. So that being said, let's really jump in. Our mixed reality, like I said, is something that is a software-based solution that doesn't require a crazy amount of hardware. It requires a machine, input devices, and output devices. That's literally all it is. Nothing on cameras, nothing like that requires hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's something that's going to be cost-effective, that can integrate seamlessly into your control room, and your operators can really have a lot of fun in real-time operation of this. So without further ado, we're going to show you what's capable of this. So Sean is going to share his screen here, and we're going to take over and show this. What's crazy how simple this is, guys. This is literally just a mat that is sitting in Sean's office. He's got 2 cameras set up with this, so showing you like real time how simple this is to work, that he's literally just using PTZ webcams in his office, and this is going to look the way this is going to look here. So first thing Sean shows you here, this is our out-of-the-box solution, our white label noise meter. It's going to come with this. Sean's literally moving his camera with this. That live noise meter would be connected to an actual decibel reader, and you would be able to power this. What's great, Sean's literally moving this in the admin, which we're going to get to in a minute. Sean's moving this and showing you how we can size this and move this, and it stays on that plane there of the field. So we're now able to have this pop out of your outfield, out of your field, out of your court, out of your ice, whatever it is, a noise meter, boom, can do that. Sean's now running our manual override here with the noise meter, show how that can come out and have real actual decibels that are powering that, giving that trick of the mind here, right? To be able to say, okay, this is really cool. That's mind-blowing. What am I looking at? And it's now mixed reality, obviously shown on your video board with this. There's obviously typical things that we can do anything in this, right? Let's go to the shuffle, Sean, and let's show this off. So obviously we have your typical things that you're going to do at every game, right? You have a shuffle game, for example. Instead of just running a video on this now, let's do this in mixed reality. So again, this can live in your outfield, on your ice, on your field, on your court, where you're able to now do this shuffle game that obviously you could center up, you can move as you want to. I'm going to have Sean, it's going to reveal that ball. Sean, why don't you move that to make that middle hat cover the Q logo right at the middle of the field real quick, just so we can show everybody how simple this is. He's in the admin, and it's going, boom, there it is right there. So he's now centered it up. He's going to be able to save a configuration. We'll get to that in a second, but showing you just what's possible with this very simply. Let's show another thing that we can do, which is like our bubble boy, we called it, which is something we worked with a Japanese baseball team to build. So this is an example of a custom scene and prompt here where they had this bubble boy mascot. This thing is going to now blow a giant bubble of gum. And again, as you see, Sean moves this camera, it pops that bubble, the prompt jumps out. So this was literally running. They run this in their outfield throughout the game. And it's just a very cool way to get the fans going, get them engaged. Another part of what's coming out of the box with this for you guys, in addition to the noise meter that you saw there, is the ability to do custom 3D logos. So this is an example, obviously, the New York Jets, and hey, we're able to make this logo. It looks very broadcast-like now, right? So in venue, you're able to give this look you're used to seeing on Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football, these kind of flyover graphics and feels like that, things like that in WWE, right? We can do that now all right here in mixed reality. So these 3D logos are part of a credit system that are part of the out of the box. So we would be able to create these for you guys, and they would come as part of the package that's included with the mixed reality. We also can do things like custom 3D players. Obviously, if you want a real player, we would do a 3D scan of them, but to be able to create these. But this just shows you how we can easily get these going in there to have something cool like that. My personal favorite feature that I would use the most, probably as a former show caller, are these custom text prompts here. So you're able to now have these prompts that Sean has typed these in. We're going to show you in a minute, but these will literally be able to now come out or slam down onto your field, onto your surface there, and boom, here it is, touchdown Burrow to Chase. If you wanted, for example, the Rams house with that. So these literally are now coming out of that space. This is one of our favorite animations there with that kind of aura of sorts with roll tie if we wanted. So those are easily just typed in and be able to customize those all just like that. Additionally, another part of what you guys all do throughout every single game, no matter the league or the level, anything like that, are lineups, right? Everyone has lineups of sorts. You can run now, starting lineups on this, to have those again coming out of your ice, coming out of your field, anything like that, where you see these are loaded in here. Sean's moving that camera around to show their stickiness basically to the surface there. And this shows you can even have some video files in there with an example of a Saints player with that. So those are kind of that animation of that. Additionally, we have the ability within here, we have our shields, kind of lineups here, that these show you that these are able to now stick to that field. Just another example of something that looks very broadcast-like that can live now in your show to bring your show to a whole nother level with this. These are part of the lineups are also part of the out-of-the-box solution. Additionally, what comes out of that with our libraries portion of things with the mixed reality is our ability to do sponsorship and video playback out of this. So Sean's literally playing this video now. It's just a cue video that we have from Idea. This will do audio in venue. We just don't have it now, so it's not battling me with this. But you see how we can now have video playback. So think about your player conduct or your fan conduct videos, your evac videos. Sponsorship, of course, wants to run commercials and things like that, right? Now you can do those, but in a cool, new, innovative way that's going to get more impressions, more eyes, more attention on this. We want this to be something that you have to do things, but let's do it in a new and different way. So video playback, something that's really, really strong with this that we're excited about. Give you a little bit more about mixed reality as a whole and our product here in general. So this is a cost-effective solution that we're going to go over the cost in a minute here, but I've told you a million times that this is something that we're really excited about from a pricing perspective. Because it is a software-based solution, it doesn't require all that additional hardware there. It's a versatile integration. This is something that can easily integrate into your control rooms. It can live on KVM, have your operator in your control rooms, being able to easily get your input coming into your machine, your output going out with your program feed of this. Very, very, very simple from an integration standpoint. Enhanced engagement. I talked about this with just example of the evac videos or fan code of conducts. Again, things that the leagues make you do, but again, how can you take any rudimentary item that you do in your show and now you can bring it into mixed reality for an enhanced engagement? It's consistent and it's scalable, right? So again, like I just said, with enhanced engagement, think about how you can run this multiple times throughout the game, throughout the season. This is not a one-off. This is something that we expect our teams to be using this multiple times throughout a game, throughout a season, and that doesn't affect the cost of it necessarily. This is like, you guys have the license to do this. You have your library solutions that live within this. We want you to be able to use this throughout the entirety of a game in a season with things like that. Ease of use. A lot of you here I know are current or future clients of ours. So you've lived in our platform and you've seen how easy it is. We've gotten a lot of feedback from people about the ease of use and intuitiveness of our platform itself. So that's something that we know that this product actually lives within the platform too. So know that if you've operated inside of our platform, things are going to look familiar to you from the style and the layout and the operation. And it's a future-ready solution. This is something that we want to make sure that you all are able to think about as you're pitching to partners or bringing new ideas to people. You're able to say, hey, like, we want to be able to do this now in mixed reality standpoint. You have the software already for this. It's just that easy now to integrate your new solutions into that and your new ideas. So I keep talking about what's out of the box. So like I said, what comes out of the box is the white label noise meter. This is something that's fully customizable with your logos, your colors, and your texts and fonts with that. Our library content system, like we kind of showed a little bit about that. That has the ability to do the custom starting lineups. That has the ability to do those crowd prompts, the type in crowd prompts with that, as well as video playback within the software. And then on top of that is a six credits in our tiered credit system. Those can be applied towards custom 3D logos for you guys and custom 3D prompts that we can build as well. And then the starting price for this, we're talking in the range of $25K to $40K with this. So again, very cost affordable. I hope you guys would recognize that this is something that we know that you guys can expand and sell up and be able to have sponsorship help pay for things because they want to be able to see their products in mixed reality. And then any kind of custom scenes that you may want to do that we're going to see in a few minutes here from an example with the Orlando City. Those are an additional charge that we would scope those out with the custom work based off that as well. So that's what's out of the box. And I keep talking about the ease of use. Now we're going to have Sean share his screen again, and he's going to show us the admin panel of this and see how simple this is to actually use. So right now, Sean is showing just one camera in the admin. You can have up to 3 cameras doing this. We're going to expand in a second, but we just want you guys to see this big and easy and how easy this is here. So Sean just literally hit play on that, and boom, here comes that noise meter right there. So Sean, let's shift that. Let's split that 50-yard line, and he's literally now just moving that graphic in mixed reality space here. You can angle it if we want to, get a little artsy there, of course. And then even on the top right there, there's the configurations panel. So once pre-game, you guys set this, when you're faxing out your cameras, we know you do that every single game. This is something that could be part of that step. So Sean would be able to save this configuration. So then anytime that he is going to pull up the noise meter, he's able to make sure that configuration is enabled. So it's going to land in that spot that was already predetermined when you were building this all out. So very simple. Additionally, within this, while the noise meter can be a live noise meter off your decibels, you see Sean is also able to have a little manual override toggle there on the very bottom too. So that's an example with the noise meter on that. Let's show the shuffle game again. Let's build that out and show everybody how easy that is to move around. So like I said to Sean, hey, let's split the 50. Let's go to the 50-yard line with that. And then we're gonna, I think we need to make that bigger. Like, let's go from the 25 to the 25. So he's making that scale there. You see again, obviously this would be done pre-game when you can have it paused and do that. So like, there's your look. We're going from the 25-yard line to about the 22-yard line. I'm a sucker for symmetry on this. So I would be, as a director, as a show call, I want to make sure, hey, here we are and this is perfect. So like that feels like it splits the 50-yard line pretty spot on there. And so now you would be able to save that configuration. But again, moving it in real time to be able to set this is super easy. Just hit and play, setting that out where you need to. And I mentioned my favorite part of things, which is these crowd prompts. So these are literally just now in a playlist that Sean built here. And this is showing you how we literally can have these pre-stored in there and you can build it out. Slow down a little bit, Sean, but you can see how there's the different animations here to be able to power these, and just one click of a button, all it does is just play that out and boom, touchdown, Burrow to chase type of situation. Obviously for the Bengals, I got to give my Yukon Huskies some love here. So let's do the Yukon prompt, bleed blue, go Huskies. And so what we're going to show though is how simple this is to make. So since we've got our friends from Detroit on here, let's do a little let's go Tigers prompt here for them. So Sean's literally going in the back end here. He's going to type top line, let's, and middle line, go, and the bottom line, Tigers. He's going to put a little title on that. And then from there, he's going to be able to select the style on this. So the style is what's the animation and how that's coming in there. So, excuse me, the style is more the font in the way with that. The text prompt effect is the animation. So let's do the electricity. Let's do that, or boom. So we're going to save that. So again, he's typing this in real time, saving that out. We're going to go back to our admin panel here. He's going to hit Tigers prompts, and that easily it's let's go Tigers. So think about now in real time, guys, as your game is going on, you are going to be able to now have these prompts going. So when a player hits a home run or a monumental event happens, sure, you can pre-build these, but also you just saw within the 25, 30 seconds it takes, if that, you can easily have these now going out there in mixed reality space. Now we're going to show you going with multiple cameras with this. So Sean's gonna pull up his another panel here, which shows a second camera that he has in his office. Sean always just has multiple cameras in his office shooting the ground, because why not? So this is showing you now how this is now a slash camera, right? So just giving you a different angle with this. And then Sean's gonna also throw up our output with this as well, so we can see what this will look like from the standpoint of having an output and what that switch, when he's switching cameras, what that turns out to be. So there's your output. And then he's going to bring that other camera back in here in just a second. So again, that output's showing you that live look there. He's going to add another camera here. This opens up, and this shows you how quickly and how simple this really is. So boom, it just loaded that up. He's going to select his camera, which is going to be that feed right there. So now he has his second camera there in his office. And then Sean, let's start with let's throw the 3D player up there real quick. Let's synchronize that and bring those across there. So there that is. He's going to be able to now bring that in. And so obviously now he needs to go in and adjust that. He needs to say, okay, I need to fit this right to where it is. So I'm looking at it. It's splitting that left-hand 45-yard line. So he'd be able to move that thing on over to that left 45, and then be able to actually come in and rotate it as well. So it looks like the chest is fully facing forward there. And you see it's literally rotating. That looks pretty good right there. But so he's moving it in real time. So now he's switching cameras. You look at that output on the very bottom. He's literally going to switch cameras. So you have your operator now is actually punching the show. And that's one feed going to your switcher, right? So your switcher now is hitting up mixed reality. That's that program feed that they are now getting sent. And that operator now is able to cut those cameras in the back end on their computer here that we have. And they are able to now change that out, those cameras, as they need to with that. Let's show the 3D Jets logo, if we could, please, Sean. What's cool about this, and the reason we really wanted to show you guys these multiple angles with this, is to show you that this is actually operating in 3D space with this. You see the depth on the Jets logo with that. It's not just a facade with just the front facing, but again, showing you how this could easily have multiple cameras and punch around with this, really have some fun with it. Let's show how that playlist looks, Sean, from the lineups and the headshots, please. So this is what we talked about, having a playlist here. And so you'd be able to set this. You guys know pregame how you're going to announce, who you're going to announce. You would literally be able to build this out. If you're talking just maybe pregame player warm-up shots and you're wanting to give these people a larger than life experience here and give this towering over the field of play, you can easily have these headshots there. Again, there's some depth the text there. If the player's on a 3D object with that shield that you saw, they can easily be added to this as well. And again, showing you once you click one, the nice thing is it actually transitions that previous one out and transitions the new one in. So it's nice that that is built in there as well. Let's show video playback real quick. So again, how this is something that we know we all have to do at some point in time in our games. So now this can do it. So Sean, let's mess with the size a little bit. Let's bring that down to go from about the 30-yard line to the 30-yard line, if we can, please. Scooch that puppy to the right. Okay, I feel good about that. And then let's bring that one on the right over. Yeah, and let's move it up to that front hash. Let's go. So again, he's just moving it in 3D space here. And there it is with the 30 to 30. And then when that camera on the right were to zoom in, it fit that the same way, just like that. So cutting cameras like that. Now we're going to show an example of one of our custom scenes with this. This is something that we're working with Orlando City on. Dave is here. I'm going to have him chime in just a second about this project. But this is where we are now we use this with them right before kickoff, the beginning of their game here. This is something with an Inter Miami example here. And you see Sean has this example with this lion. Obviously, that lion would not live in that second shot. You'd be able to make that a little different. Sean, the one on the right, let's make that a little bit bigger if we can, please. Enlarge that a little bit. Sure. Yep. Let's go right about there. So now, again, you'd be able to fine tune this. There's grid lines that also exist in here, guys. Just know that. So like to be able to make this perfectly, exactly, Sean showing those grid lines, that'll help you make sure that everything looks matched up exactly how you want. And now he has triggered this. So boom, he has triggered this image. And you see now this lion that's actually walking on the field. Again, this is a custom scene that we have built here. He zooms in with his camera. You see that, and you're able to have this custom scene. And then again, there's sound on this in reality with it, but just not on the demo for today. And he's cutting this logo. Then you're going to see that lion turns to its left, smashes out that Inter Miami. And then you know what happens? This is no joke. First time we did this with Orlando City and Ellsworth, I'm going to have you pop off mute for a second. But the first time we did this, they went and scored 12 seconds into the match. No joke. So obviously this helps you win games. And there was a goal, as you see here. So Dave, you want to kind of comment on your experience with this real quick?
Yeah, for sure. So we had the privilege of testing this, and Kyle's not wrong. We actually tested this against Minnesota. The opposing team was facing the video board, and we did score under 10 seconds after. So that was pretty fun. No, it's been, for anyone who's used any sort of filter technology, the setup was just as easy. When we originally tested it, we had, like a tower computer in here. Now we're running it off a laptop that Q sends to us. That is just the same laptop that you get with any of the Q products that require it. And it's been really easy, just inputting clean cameras. We love it. It's unique, and our fans have really responded to it. But I can't stress that, if you've been able to set up any sort of filter cam or anything that kind of takes an input of video and outputs something with some sort of augmented reality on it, it's very easy and is really cool in the way that they're able to do these, able to do custom face filters. This scene here with the lion coming in was something that we workshopped for a while.
Thank you, Ellsworth. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. Yeah. So guys, that's literally what we wanted to show y'all. Just again, showing you the back end, showing you what's feasible with this. Microphones are available to be unmuted. If anybody else has any questions or want to have conversation with this, please, we'll hang around and answer any questions you have. We also have a quick poll here. We got to plug some other Q products, of course. We'd love for you guys to scan in, just get a little more info. We want to know from you, ultimately, what this poll is going to tell us is what excites you most about the mixed reality. We want you to tell us, like, hey, are you most excited about the crowd prompts, the custom scenes? There's a poll question in here. If y'all don't mind just scanning that, we'd love to just get a little market research from you guys on this, just so we can have some context in the way we position it. So genuinely, anybody has any questions, please come off mute. The floor is yours at this point. I've done a lot of talking already.
Hey, Kyle.
Hey.
Just real quick, is there like a push through feature? Like if we put a prompt, we positioned it closer to the camera, are we able to zoom in past it? Or is that not quite there yet?
Sean, you want to answer that?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you can push through. So one of the things that we do, like with the lion, we go all the way in on the face and we come all the way back out. But yes, it does track all the way through. So it's real 3D space. So if you have an O or something that you want to go through, it's going to, I can show you guys as well, but it's going to go all the way in and through that object because it's 3D space and tracking the size of everything in relation to the ground plane that's actually happening. So yeah, you could definitely set something up like that and execute it.
Very cool.
Hey, yeah. if how fast is it, Sean? Like, for instance, if we had a bunch of player prompts for power play, for instance, right? And we want to do it right behind the goal. So as soon as the goal is scored, it's like, showtime for Patrick
Yep.
Kane, right? Or something like
Yep.
that. So how fast is it?
It's really fast. So what we do with the crowd prompt situation, so it's the same thing we do with Dave at Orlando. He leaves his PTZ up the whole time with this routed to it, and then literally when something happens, he goes right to it, and there it is. You know, like he's got it live and the crowd prompt ready and whatever he's going to show. So that's one way that a lot of people kind of have their camera already ready and have it routed and ready to go. But it's also, I mean, you guys saw what I was doing. I was literally just hitting track, and there it was. It was picking it back up with the presets, and away it goes. So it's as fast as your camera guy can get set, and you can cut to that. You can cut to our system and then press play on the crowd prompt. So
I think the important thing with what Sean just said there too is the idea of the PTZ, right? Knowing that your crew is going to be shooting Kane or trying to get him with the celebration, right? Like if you have a PTZ or something, the underbelly camera, that could even be routed to it, right? How that can be your shot, and then boom, you've got your shot list of your playlist there of your players that score, and if it's Kaner, you hit showtime, and boom, it goes. Like it's going to be real time as long as it's punched live. So
yeah, I think the main what the main goal of our product has been from the very beginning is exactly like Kyle said, the everyday use that you guys have for all sorts of things, theme nights, sponsorship things, you know, Pepsi bottles, Coke bottles coming up out of the ice, whatever you guys can dream up that you guys would do on a normal everyday game basis. Our idea with this mixed reality is it's not a one and done special occasion piece. It can be that, but it also can go so much further and be used for your everyday use cases that you guys have in your game entertainment. So anything that you guys can kind of think of as a use case, we want to try to accommodate that and build it into the system. If it's not
And when you
already there
do
now.
these scenes, Sean, can you each configuration can be saved separately, right? So for instance, if we have a brick wall for Billy Husso that pops down when he makes a big save,
Yep.
I could do that from a PTZ camera, or and then I go right to a noise meter right after from a different thing. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what that presets are. That gives you that ability to basically lock and load in factor cameras at the beginning of the show, save those presets, and then just call them right back up when you need them for which camera you've got going in there. That's the reason why we support 3 cameras right out of the gate, so you can hardwire 3 cameras right to the box, and then be able to pull any one of those up at any one time, and your presets, and away you go.
anybody else? Some good additional context from our friends in Detroit. Awesome, guys. Well, genuinely appreciate y'all coming in today. We wanted to keep this quick. We wanted to keep it direct and show you how simple and easy and great this product is. Kept it under 30 minutes today, which is awesome. I'm very proud of myself for doing that. We wanted to maximize this time, but y'all, thank you so much. And please reach out to Chris Sakosha or myself. Where we could talk more about this on another call, bring Sean in, really talk specifics with each of y'all, and make sure that we feel good about your upcoming seasons and be able to get something going with y'all. So thank you again, and we'll talk soon.